my freshman year, and my boyfriend came to pick me up, and his friend owned the car. And I saw this car and said, oh my God, I'm gonna own this car someday.
Welcome to the Back to Life series at Btuff. Join us as we go behind the scenes and check out some of the best hot rod fabrication in Bakersfield at H&S Body Works. Hey everybody, this is Billy with our Back to Life series, man. I'm here with Camie and her awesome, let me pan and show them this real quick. This is a 1967 Camaro that's been done up to the tilt. We're gonna get into that by H&S Body Works, man. This is a really nice piece that has a lot of memories for you.
My freshman year, and my boyfriend came to pick me up, and his friend owned the car. And I saw this car and said, oh my God, I'm gonna own this car someday. And it's mine.
Now it's yours, right? This thing is, I mean, the furthest away from stock as you could get, right, at this point, right? There's not, I mean, it's got racing suspension, it's got racing brakes. I'll get into that. I'll show a little bit of that. But it's got the LS3 in it, right, that you've put in it. And so,
yes.
And it's been lowered down a little bit. So what made you want to turn it into this, which is like, you know,
We'll
elaborate?
blame Dick Shepherd for that.
Yeah?
Because I was going to put the original 327 back in it because I had him redo that. And they're like, oh, you need something that's got some power. And I'm like, and something that's not going to take up a lot of gas, you know? And I was like, all right. Well, then it ended up having to redo the whole rear end to handle the motor. And it just went from there.
Yeah, and the race suspension, of course, right?
Oh,
You can't
yeah.
stop. And at that point, you're all in, right? I had to get in here because I was like, man, this is more than just a Camaro suspension. Of course, you got the rack and pinion in it, and then the coilover system and tubular race car upper A-arms. I mean, this thing is done up to the tilt. I mean, it's a full-blown race car. You got tubular lowers. I mean, that's the thing is like a lot of times when people fabricate these cars, they'll put like tubular uppers on them, but they'll leave the stock lowers. Well, this thing has full-blown stock, I mean, aftermarket tubular lowers. And so, I mean, this thing is done up to the tilt. I mean, this is full-blown race car suspension. So one thing that's cool too, you know, I'm just looking at this and that, it's this clip right here, and I'll have to talk to Dick about it, is this whole clip is like aftermarket. There's no way that a 69 Camaro clip looked this clean. It is. I mean, I've raced a bunch of, you know, Camaros in my lifetime, and this is obviously a box tubed front race clip all the way. I mean, this is not stock by any means. So that's actually really cool. Look at that. You can tell like that box tube, rounded box tubing for the cross member. Yeah, that's super clean. How much did you end up getting into this about, roughly?
Okay, so with...
What did you expect to go in, and then what did you end up? That's kind of a cool...
Well, I actually didn't have a dollar amount, but we ended up going at about 150.
Wow. Yeah.
Stuff. But it's completely from the bottom up. Everything's powder coated. The whole inside frame, everything is all been done. I mean, from top to bottom.
Yeah. You drive this very much?
I don't drive it very often.
Okay.
And believe it or not, I usually don't even speed. I only go about 5 over the speed limit.
Okay. All right. No, I believe you.
I know, right?
Yeah. So I love the suspension. I think this originally had a leaf spring suspension in it, and it's been switched over to a 4-link coilover, which is actually really cool. I love the adjustment here on the coilovers right here. That'll adjust the ride heights. I mean, along with the spring adjustment too, but that's really cool. Well, let me show them this real quick because it's cool. You actually had your name put in here. Mm-hmm. That's nice. Now, did this have the design? Is this the design that was on it before, or did you add the stripes?
When I got the car, it was blue.
Okay.
And when I did the research on it, it actually came off of the thing as white with the stripe like this, which are my 2 favorite colors. So that's how it ended up. I went ahead and did it back to the way it used to be.
Yeah, that motor fits in there awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, let's go. Okay. I'm excited. The one thing I like about this interior, I think we talked about it before, is it reminds me of like an orca whale. Is that wrong? I love it, dude.
Oh.
It's so cool. It's like, you know what I mean? It has that kind of a cool black and white look. You know, it's really bold and, yeah. Because that's not factory by any means.
No.
Yeah.
No.
All right, I got to hear you fired up. Go ahead, fire this thing up. Let's hear what it sounds like. Oh, that sounds good, doesn't it? Wow, that's good. All right. How much fun do you have driving this around? Does it make you feel like a kid again sometimes?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
For sure. All right.
And I like that gauge system there. That's pretty trick, isn't it? Let me show them that right quick. Let me show them that. That's cool. That's nice. I can already tell this isn't stock suspension. You can feel it. Just like backing up.
Yeah, we should have made Dick Sugar give you a ride.
Now we're taking the off-road version here. You know, like, you'd rather have this road than the dirt. I mean, than the rocks, right?
Yeah, the rocks always spit up all the rocks. You just hear them all flying.
Yeah.
So I just go.
You want to make that corner? You want me to get out and move that?
Yep.
You got it? All right. Oh, wow. That's pretty good. Man, that really plants those back tires. I feel like I'm wearing it. I can feel it. Like the suspension is so good.
I say we let you drive it and I record you. You're the race car driver.
Yeah, I know. Now, do you see very many other? You don't see very many hot rod girls into hot rods, like.
I have a friend, but she's driving one of the newer Camaros.
Okay, that doesn't count, does it? I mean, really? They may even the ones that even look like this. That doesn't. It's not like the same.
I mean, they're all still nice. You know.
What do your kids think about this?
Well, I've got two boys, so
Uh-oh.
they're fighting over who's going to get the car.
Right.
And now I've got two grandsons. I'm just like, oh my God.
That's going to be a hard decision for you, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I like to keep everybody fair and stuff. Maybe I'll just have to give it to my little sister.
There you go. But it's definitely going to be in the family for a long time, right?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
And you don't plan on stop driving anytime soon?
No.
Yeah. How long did you have this thing in the shop?
They had it for 3 years. It took 3 years
Wow.
to do the whole car from top to bottom
Right.
and stuff. So
Now, did you see it along the way? Were you keeping an eye on what they were doing, or?
yeah, I actually made a book. It's in the back seat right here.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. So they actually, as far as I know, they tore the car apart 3 times. So they took it apart, did all kinds of body work, put it back, and then they took it apart. When they did and painted everything, and and all. I mean, so as far as I know, I mean, it was like put together back and forth, and
Yeah.
it was very time consuming. However, at least that way I knew they were taking their time and they were doing a good job.
Right.
Because a lot of people will keep nagging, want it done fast, and when they throw things together, you get what you pay for,
Yeah.
So
What did it feel like the first time you got behind the wheel and drove it? What did that feel like? Were you nervous?
it was, oh my God, it was like, oh my God, I can't wreck this car.
Yeah. And it probably handled way different than what you had before, right? It's
Oh yeah,
night and day.
It was really different, really different. I mean, it really hugs the road for some reason.
Yeah,
now.
you can feel it. Like I said, it feels like you're wearing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was definitely like, oh my God, and then it was like, oh my God, stay away from the car.
Yeah. Well, that's a nice stereo, isn't it? I mean, that's pretty clean.
Oh yeah, it's got the whole, like, if you open up the center thing and you turn it, it's like boom, boom, real loud
Yeah.
and stuff.
And you didn't lose too much trunk room out of it. That's what's cool
No,
about it.
and I have I put in here my cleaning stuff, and then I've got emergency kit on the
Were
other
those compartments
side.
part of the? Was that part of the?
No,
it wasn't. That's
no,
really cool.
I had them do all this so I could hide some stuff.
Yeah, that's great.
And then little emergency kit thing on the other side and stuff. So
Yeah. So this was originally an RS, right? But because you upgraded to a race car, you thought, hey, this deserves to have an SS on it,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And I would think you probably exceeded the SS for this year. Yeah. So this is your book. That's smart.
Yeah.
So that's what it looked like before, huh?
Yeah.
That's the condition it was in? Yeah. Man, you weren't driving that thing for a while.
When I
then.
brought it back from Prescott, Arizona, and had motor problems with it, it set.
Dude, I guess,
Couldn't do anything with it, and it just got worse.
I
and
can't believe
worse.
this is the same car.
And luckily,
I mean, that's pretty haggard.
yeah, luckily he said it was all dirt, and it wasn't. You know, of course, my pit bull chewed up the front.
Your pit bull did that?
Yeah. He decided he wanted to get the rabbits that were living in the car.
I guess. And this is it right here. This is a really cool book, man. I could see why you'd want that.
Yeah. So anyway, they did a lot of work. They put a lot of work and time and effort into this car. So
yeah, really nice. It's a fun project, man. Look, that's you right there. Yeah, and we featured you actually in the magazine too, right? So you've actually had this thing in the magazine. Yeah. Really cool. Well, I gotta say, Cam, you made my day, actually, to be honest with you. You're the first person I've ever got to drive. No, I take that back. Mike Harvick let me drive his car one time. I shouldn't have said that. I was gonna throw Mike under the bus. I did, yeah. So, but this is like one of the funnest cars I've ever driven, that's for sure. It felt like I was driving a race car around. But it's a beautiful car. I could see why. It has a lot of sentimental value. Anyway, thanks for showing it to us. It was a fun day for me. I love it. And man, anytime you need another driver, just let me know, man. I'll come back and drive it for you.
I enjoyed the ride.
All right. I didn't scare you too bad, I hope.
Nope.
All right. We didn't take any crazy corners, so there you go. Anyway, this is Camie. This is Billy. And there's 67 Camaro RS.